Shalom and welcome to Jerusalem. Here you are in the square called the Corvo Square after the synagogue, the Corvo Synagogue that sits hovering over the square. I'll just go sit for a second. And what I want to do is do something a little bit different. There are many shops that virtually are online, and we don't want to actually mirror them, but rather do something a little bit different. We want to take our shop and invite you in, and so you could have a virtual visit in the shop. Here's this. Here's the shop. Here's the square, and here we see that the square is not completely empty, filling with people. But I want to take you into the shop and explain to you what a biblical shop is, because the name sounds a little strange. We're not selling Bibles, but we're selling meaning. We're selling stories. So come with us, come enter with me, and let me explain to you a little bit about the shop and introduce you maybe to a couple of the items in the shop. And we hope to do that from time to time. So let's see what happens with our first visit. Those of you that have never been, be careful on your stairs here. Those of you that have never been to Shorashim may at first wonder what all these chairs are all about. So Shorashim, the biblical shop, really is a meeting place. It's a place for people to come in. We shut the doors like I just did, pull out the chairs, and it becomes an opportunity to talk, to understand, to ask questions. No one, those of you that out there that have been to Israel know that no one comes to this land, and especially to Jerusalem, and isn't moved, and isn't changed, and isn't stirred in some way. But the problem is life happens. You get tired, you get thirsty, and you forget what it is that you felt. And we want to have a place where people could express what it is they're feeling. Generally, they do that out of the fabric and the rubric of how they understand theology or history. But now they need to break out of it because some things don't exactly fit. So what we're going to do is take you on and then what happens is people sit and we talk. That's what we've been doing for the last year and a half of COVID. Taking those discussions, at least the study sessions, out into the Facebook Live world and the YouTube world. What we also have in the shop is we have items. And all the items, all the jewelry, everything is based on verses. Everything in the shop needs to tell a story, needs to have meaning. Most people, when they buy jewelry, they buy art, they do it to adorn their homes, to adorn themselves. We wanted to have a shop that the jewelry and the art adorn Hashem, adorn Him. Adorn our Father in heaven. Because by so doing, we become His language. So the books all speak to that. And as I said, and so are the artifacts, the pomegranates, the plates, all telling a story, but also the jewelry. And we spent a lot of time over the years developing constantly new jewelry that would tell a story. So in this visit, we're going to just talk about 3 or 4 of them. Ones that come right as you come in, at least this week. These are the ones you see as you come in. So let's go through maybe 4 or 5 pieces. The first one we called Miriam's Timbrel, and it's a mother of pearl surrounded by gold-filled rings to look like a timbrel, that actually as you walk with it, it plays. And that's an important, the timbrel represented something very critical in the Exodus in Egypt. Meaning, when the men were preparing to leave Egypt, they found the best Adidas, found the best knapsack to carry, and that they were going into wilderness. The women had time to look for musical instruments to play after they crossed the Red Sea. Well, who would have thought of that? But they did. They had that inner sense. Miriam was a prophetess, but so were all the other women. They knew that the timbrel meant there's going to be redemption. There's going to be rejoicing. So this piece, called Miriam's Timbrel, is based on that. The next one over is taking a verse The verse is, I am my beloved is mine. We've created it in gold fill again, surrounded by 3 silver rings. And the concept of love is that sense of being encircled, that sense of being focused in the center. And the relationship with God, as the relationship with our spouse and our relationship with our children, is one of bringing everybody into that center and being encircled by that sense of love and affection. So we created Anilu Dodiva Dodili, I am my beloved is mine, in gold, and around it the sterling silver circles. The words I am my beloved is mine is mistranslated in English. It's really Anilu Dodiva Dodili, I am towards my beloved is towards me. So again, it needs movement. And again, we create something that wasn't static for that reason. The third piece of jewelry I just want to focus on, actually third and fourth, is a blessing we found in the book of Ruth, where Boaz turns to Ruth and says, blessed are you, my daughter, to Hashem, to the Lord. Brucha at biti. So created it with, again, a circle of gold with the words written in Hebrew, or in another version, where it's all sterling silver with sort of marcasite, I don't know if you can pick that up, marcasite crystals around it. So the gold over here, Chat Biti, and the same verse over here, and everybody to their own taste. But the key about this piece of jewelry is it is not about you or anybody else blessing somebody else, your daughter, your daughter-in-law, a friend. It's actually reminding them how blessed they truly are. That's our problem in this world. We don't realize how blessed we are. The fifth piece is based on the concept of a tear that says in Psalms that you've counted my wanderings, you've put my tears into your bottle, Psalm 56:9. And you really want to say, seriously? God gathers our tears and puts it into a bottle? What does he need to be reminded? What he's telling us really is, don't worry. I've seen your tears. I've counted your wanderings. I'm putting your tears in a bottle because no tear is ever shed in vain. No prayer left unanswered. Everything waits for the right timing. So we created in different forms. On this front area here, we have 2. One is this sterling silver piece with the marcasite crystals around and the large marcasite crystal on the inside. And then we did another one, again with the gold circle, with that teardrop with little marcasite crystals inside. The last piece I want to focus on is our latest piece. It's based on Song of Solomon, or Shorashim, Song of Songs 8:6. Set me up as a seal on your heart. What does that mean? What does it mean to be a seal on someone's heart? So first of all, what we did is we took gold lettering again, carved and lettered the words, place me or set me as a seal upon your heart, in a sterling silver heart. And the concept of that verse is really our desire that our relationship with him will be so emblazoned in his heart that he realizes that I want to be there continually and constantly. So that's been our attempt. Our attempt is to reach out to you in this and many other visits to the shop. There will also be discussions and everything else we always have. But let's see how this works for our first attempt. Here we are. Lihitrot from Jerusalem.